Hi, this is Thurston Moore, and this is my guitars and me. I never really thought, that I was going to be a guitar player so much. I just sort of liked that if it was a noise machine of sorts. When we were first starting in Sonic Youth, a lot of the songs we were creating were defined by the actual guitar that they were played on. And I really liked that aspect. It's just like the guitar was completely critical to the song itself. So I feel that way, like with this Jazzmaster that I play. It was this guitar that like country and western stars would use, or even, it's a Jazzmaster, so like some jazz players would use. And we started using these guitars, and I really found that they had these properties that I could, extend what a guitar does traditionally. And we thought it sounded good, like to put, any kind of implement, whether it was a thin drumstick or a car antenna or a TV antenna, even like a pen, you could sort of put beneath the strings here, So you can really overdrive it and create like this kind of industrial music. I never really learned how to play traditional guitar to any great extent. So as far as having any developed technique in traditional playing, I do not have it. I think my agility certainly became more sophisticated in the context of how I play. I still see the guitar as really just an ends to a means for me. It's a tool to write songs with. I am very particular about it, and when I lose my primary guitar, and this is the primary guitar I play, it's a real loss. Like I have to really start from the bottom up. We would gut out the electronics. As you can see here, there's no top electronics. The toggle switch is fine between the neck and the bridge pickup. I'm not so much anymore. I used to be a pretty thrashy, to the point where every time you would hit one of those knobs and buttons, they would like alter what you were doing, or it would just cut off your sound, and that was unacceptable. So let's just take out all those electronics and just hotwire it straight to the volume. It's funny because no two pickups sound the same. That's another thing. If you can find a guitar where those factory pickups sound great to you, you're in luck. This Jazzmaster Fender did a signature series for me and for Lee. And both of our guitars have certain distinguishing characteristics. I kept I replaced this bridge, but I didn't replace the plate because I didn't want to alter it too much. The color was from a prototype that a guitar tech named Eric Becht, who was working with Sonic Youth. He kind of created a prototype that looked like this, and I thought it was great, and so we kind of utilized a lot of his aesthetic into making this guitar. You get pigeonholed into something. You get pigeonholed into playing a Jazzmaster. I don't feel pigeonholed. I feel like it's the most functional guitar, and I've had. It brought me into a really good relationship with Fender as a company, and they've been really, really gracious. Like their meat and potatoes is the Tele and the Strat and the Jazzmaster, and and I think they're beginning to look at doing a new Fender 12,
yes,
which is with this guitar. 6 years ago, my wife Eva gave this to me as a 60-year-old birthday gift, and It was, and it's kind of a beautiful, beautiful guitar. I did a number of pieces of music with this tuning in this guitar. There was a 60-minute long instrumental piece that I had written called Alice Moki Jane. So this guitar was really essential to that. I love playing this guitar. I use it more for more expansive instrumental music in a way. I think the Fender Electric XII is the coolest and best electric 12-string, and why it went out of production, I don't know. You know, finding them for a reasonable amount of money is a little bit of a challenge, but they're worth every cent. Thank you for watching. This is my new album, Flow Critical Lucidity. In every single record store you can find yourself in, ask for this if they don't have it. But they should. Thank you for watching. Peace and love.